not going to take much of your time. We have things going on here, and Keith has essentially said the main thing already. What we started out with at the Future Learning Lab in Norway, and it's actually 2 years before Keith was there the first time, but one of Keith's close colleagues, Martha Russell at the Media X Institute, was there. So it is actually the fifth, it's not the third. And we've been doing these things with growing numbers, and always, I think, with the same idea that if you get the right kind of people to come together and discuss and talk about these things, good things happen and fun things happen. They've been interactive workshops and conferences. At this point, I just want to say that I'm a little bit overwhelmed because this turned out to be rather a lot bigger than we had planned to do, which is nice because big is nice in this kind of a context, and I'm also very honored, I would like to say that you all responded the way you did. I am forever indebted to Keith and to H-Star for taking us in and working with us. My university is a fairly small one. We have about 12,000 students. We live and work in a southern city with about 85,000 people, but it's an intensely international part of the country because with shipping, we have large clusters of oil and gas companies, and they're all in Houston, all of them. And for various reasons, we have this international focus on a lot of the things that we do. But coming here and seeing how Stanford operates and seeing the kinds of openings that are here, a lot of that for me has to do with sort of being taken in with Keith. And with Mike, I would say. Mike is the one who hosts me this year, so I just want to extend that thanks also to Mike. And the last thing actually I want to say, that's a heartfelt thanks to the Sapphire Institute you see up here and to Edcast for working with us on this conference. It would have been way different without it, so we are just very appreciative of all the collaboration that we have had and all the collaboration that we hope that we will have in the future. So I would just like to say, as Keith, welcome. We're looking at a good conference. I think tomorrow lots of interesting interactions. And the final thing I want to say is, if you look out the window and you see the view and you see where we are, this is the place we are because we have been invited here by the Carnegie Foundation, and we are very, very happy to be here, Tony. And we're very grateful that you take us in up here. So I would just say thank you. Good luck with the conference tomorrow. And see you then, and thank you again to the Carnegie Foundation, and a few words from Tony Bragg.
Thank you. It's our pleasure to be hosting you here this afternoon and this evening. And when Kathy called, you need to know that I've been here about 6.5 years, and my charge when I came to the Carnegie Foundation was to reinvent the mission of the foundation. And the first person who joined me in that effort of reinventing the mission of the foundation was Kathy Cassidy. So when Kathy called and said, sure, we can do something, and she said, it's going to be a small gathering. maybe 60 people. And in this space, we do a lot of workshops, a lot of gathering, a lot of active work, and 75 is our max. So 60 we can handle that. And then it became 80. And then at one point it became, well, maybe it's going to be 150. Kathy, you got to stop now. Just a little bit about us. As I said, I've been here about 6.5 years, and was charged with reinventing the mission of the foundation. And as we began the work, the context of our work, the problem, the way we understood education in the United States was that our schools were gradually getting better. And on a number of indicators, you can see that. The problem was that our aspirations, or what we want our schools to accomplish, are increasing at a much faster rate than what schools can routinely do. And so this chasm between our aspirations and accomplishments had been growing for some time. And that chasm is especially large for our most disadvantaged students and our most disadvantaged schools. And I know that firsthand from spending 20 years working on trying to improve schools in the city of Chicago. So that was our problem that we took on. And it was pretty clear that if we continue to do what we've always done, the way we've approached reform, the way we've used research and development to try to inform reform in education, we would continue to get pretty much what we've gotten in the past. That we simply had to have a different way of thinking much more systematically about how we go about the efforts of improving at scale the teaching and learning that occurs in our educational institutions, and more generally the environments that educate all of our children. So that's the work on improvement. The principles are around this. We call this the Improvement Academy. And basically, we've just joined together three big ideas. The kind of innovative spirit of design thinking, to the systematic disciplined work of quality improvement, which in healthcare has now been referred to as improvement science, and then coupled with what we now realize is the power of networks when they're properly structured to really accelerate how we learn to improve. We're trying to bring these ideas and practices into educational systems all across this country. So that's what we are, and that's what we're trying to do. I'm delighted that we're able to host you. The foundation has this very long tradition of Carnegie convenes, and we didn't actually do the convening, but we are your hosts for this afternoon. And now I'm going to pass it over to Kathy. Thank you.
I just want to echo the thanks to the Carnegie Foundation and to the incredible staff who have really helped make sure we were able to pull this off this evening. So thanks to them and thank you to them. Just one logistics. Someone had asked me about getting down the hill, and we're going to have 2 staff people coordinating rides down the hill so that we can be really efficient. And if anyone has a car and is going down the hill, it should be filled to capacity before you go down the hill. So we'll be coordinating that at 7:30 right at the front foyer, but just wanted to let everyone know that we will not leave anyone up here in the dark to find your way down the hill. So we will take care of it. With that, let me introduce our keynote speaker, Shigeru Mugawa. Shigeru is a professor both at MIT and University of Tokyo. I've had the great pleasure to work with Tokyo in my hat when I was then at the Hewlett Foundation prior to joining the Carnegie Foundation, because Shigeru was one of the early instigators among several, and there's another one here, Kumar, around MIT OpenCourseware. And that was one of the projects I helped collaborate with and work with when I was at the Hewlett Foundation. So Shigeru and I have sat around the table many times. We've been in lots of meetings together. We've traveled several continents, conferences together as well. And so it's really my delight to introduce Shigeru this evening. Thank you.